έριξε ποτήλια εκεί. Έχω χιλιάρι παραπάνω από το life που έχω κάποιες στιγμές.
Hello everybody, how you all doing? My name is Ruffle and welcome to today's video. Today I decided to do something different. I decided to show two builds in one video, and those two builds are meant to be played together, mostly for newer players who are just getting into the legendary part of the game and they want to put a couple of simple builds together to, you know, start getting into the legendary action, but they don't really know how to get into the legendary missions. They don't know what builds work, what builds don't work, and when they join random groups, people might be dicks to them because they're low SHD level, might kick them out, might suck themselves, so you're having a very bad time doing legendary missions. These two builds actually are the only two builds that are guaranteed that your teammates will not kick you, and they're very easy to get. The first one, of course, is going to be the tank build, and the second is going to be the healer build. There is no way you're going to join a legendary mission as a healer and you're gonna get kicked. The healer build obviously can be used when you play solo as well. The tank build is not gonna be that great if you don't have a healer with you. So if I ever saw two guys joining my group and one of them was healer and the other one was tank, I would be very happy to have them on my team. So let's get into the build. First of all, I want to let you know that the build can be improved. For example, on the tank build that you can see over here, we could use a different chest piece that would make our build better. For example, this chest piece over here, a Bellstone Armory for the 1% armor generation with the Vanguard talent on it will be great. However, because I want to make this as simple as possible and as easy for somebody to get as possible, I decided to go with the chest piece and the backpack being from the gear set, so you don't have to worry about talents and things like that. So what we have here is 4 Foundry Bulwark pieces. Why? Because we get the 10% total armor, 1% armor generation, 50% shield health, and then we get the makeshift repairs. When you or your shield takes damage, 20% of that amount is repaired to both of you over 15 seconds. The backpack talent is the process refinery, increases makeshift repair speed from 15 to 10 seconds. So pretty much in 10 seconds we're gonna be getting 30% of the damage done to our shield back to us. Right now it says 20 here, but the chest piece actually increases that 20 from 30, and that's why I said 30, right? Other two pieces can be whatever you feel like. They might be the gloves, they might be the knee pads, or they might be the holster. Doesn't really matter. The one piece of branchet that we will have could be either a Uzinogeka for the 5% total armor, of course, or maybe a Gilagard. Do I have any Gilagard pieces on me right now? Let me see real quick. I don't think I have. Let's check my stats. The Gilagard, as you can see, will also give you 5% total armor. So no matter which of the two branchlets you decide to go with, both are gonna work equally fine. Obviously, when it comes to our attributes, we want to have as much armor as possible. So all our core attributes are gonna be armor, and then the rest of the attributes will be hazard protection and explosive resistance. Now, my suggestion would be, if your healer is not very good, he doesn't have everything on maxed out rolls, which most likely he won't, I would recommend you to invest more on explosive resistance than hazard protection. The reason for that is that all the things hazard protection protects you from are either annoying things like you not being able to focus and being disoriented and things like that, or things like fire, which will do some damage to you, but that damage will be damage over time. So the healer has a relatively very easy time keeping you up. However, the worst part about the legendary missions, as you have noticed most likely, are the explosive drones, the grenadiers and things like that. The issue with all those explosive attacks on the tank is that the damage is instant, right? It's a burst damage. You get hit for 2-3 million, right? So the healer doesn't have time to heal you. So the more explosive resistance you have, the higher your survivability will be. I can't do much if you instantly get hit for 2.5 million armor and you have only 2 million, right? Moving on, of course, we have the Catharsis Mask. The Catharsis Mask, first of all, gives us incoming repairs, which is very, very nice because it increases the heals we're gonna be getting from our healer. And then of course we have the Vicious Cycle talent. Taking damage builds stacks to a cap of 30. Each stack grants 1% weapon damage. Taking damage at max stacks triggers a purge, removing all stacks and status effects, and then dropping a healing cloud which restores 5% of max armor for 10 seconds to all allies in cloud. If you have Catharsis, I guarantee to you that if your healer doesn't fall asleep, there is no chances of you going down. It's close to impossible because the heals from that is simply too damn much. The healer already will have nuts heals, as we will see later on the video. If you add the Catharsis in there as well, that will mean that there is no way you will ever die. Now, if you don't have the Catharsis, you can use a Gila-Guard mask instead, again for the 5% total armor that it's going to give you from the Brandset bonus, and you want to have rolls of armor, hazard protection and explosive resistance, of course. When it comes to the weapons for the tank player, Scorpio is the best way to go, simply because you will be able to poison, disorientate, soak your enemies, as well as make your teammates deal 20% additional damage to them when you reach the 7 stacks. Soak is also very important because if you soak somebody, you get yourself a couple of seconds that the enemies won't be shooting at you simply because they're gonna be soaked, right? So that helps again with your survivability. The mods I have on my items are protection from elites. You don't need to have 13% or 12% as I have here. Even 10 and 11 will be fine. If you don't have protection from elites, you can go with incoming repairs to help your teammate keep you alive even more. You can go with disorientate resistance, you can go with soak resistance. Just go with any sort of defensive mods that you think are gonna fit your build, your playstyle actually, and you know, depending on the mission that you're ready to go. Moving on to the specializations, we have two options. The first option, of course, would be to go with Temelissinis. The reason for that would be braced for impact. Ignore explosions, can only trigger once every 60 seconds. The other option would be Firewall. Firewall would give you the K8 Jetstream Shield. In addition, the Striker Shield boosts the damage of the user and all allies behind them based on the number of enemies in front of the shield. So your teammates that will be behind you will get a damage buff. Third option, of course, would be to go with Technician and get the Artificer. The reason for you wanting to get the Artificer would be, let me actually fix that. So you want to get the Artificer for your shield because, as you will see, you don't even need to drop the Artificer down. You can just have it over here and the Artificer will do its job. It will increase the shield survivability and things like that. Moving on to the second build, we have 4 future initiative pieces. The reason for that is that we're gonna get 30% repair skills, 15% skill haste, 30% skill duration, and then we get the ground control bonus. Increases you and your allies total weapon and skill damage by 15% when at full armor. When you repair an ally, you and all allies within 5 meters of you are also repaired for 60% of that amount. We are obviously going with skill tiers for our core attributes, and then repair skills for the rest of our attributes. The backpack has the strategic combat support talent, increases ground control proximity repair from 60% to 120. We then have two more pieces over here. As you can see, I have rolled some skill haste just to make sure that my hive will be able to recharge in time and you know, not stay without any heals for too long throughout the mission. The chest piece, as you can see here, has obliterate. The reason for that was that I didn't have a good build, talent on the chest when I got the loadout. When I saved it, I changed to this chest over here. We want up summit armaments for the 20% repair skills, skill haste, repair skills rolls, some skill haste attribute, of course skill tier for our core attribute as we already talked about, and then we have the talent empathetic resolve. Repairing an ally increases their weapon and skill damage by 3 to 15% for 20 seconds, 1 to 7% if self. Effectiveness increased by your skill tier. Now, there aren't really any repairing or healing talents for your chest pieces, to be honest with you. The only thing that gives you repairs from the chest talents is the kinetic momentum, which is going to give you an extra 30% skill repair, which looks like a lot, but to be honest with you, as you can see from the clips, you don't really need it. Your heals are already too powerful, so I would recommend to get a different talent like empathetic resolve, which actually helps your team do more damage, right? Moving on to the gloves, I had the BDSU data gloves. However, you don't really need them. The only reason for me to go with the BDSU data gloves was that they can give me one overcharge every 2 minutes. However, it's not like you're gonna need it. It's just nice to have. The only time where the BDSU data gloves will be very helpful will be if shit goes really bad. You have run out of your hive and your chem lancer is about to go down. What you can do is you can drop your hive, instantly destroy it, get the overcharge, which will grant you some greater heals for your chem lancer for the few charges that you have, but it will also make your repair hive refresh itself and get extra charges super fast. Let me actually show you how fast. I'm not gonna go into the shooting range because the repairs over there are a little fucked up. The haste of the skills over there is a little fucked up. I will go just in the open world and show you. So if I throw my hive, I will then destroy it and see how fast it recharges. That's the overcharge effect. Right? Now, if I do that again without the overcharge, you can see the difference. It's still pretty fast, but it's not that fast, you know? So in a situation where things went very wrong and somehow you need to pull heals that you don't have, by getting the overcharge, by pulling an overcharge, you have the faster cooldowns, which will get you your heals faster, but you're also gonna have much more powerful heals. When it comes to the weapons, you can use Scorpio, you can use Capacitor, doesn't really matter. We're not gonna be shooting too much, we don't really care about that. You can also go with an assault rifle that has reformation on it. Headshots grants 30% skill repairs for 15 seconds. So again, if things are going very bad, you can shoot somebody, get a couple of headshots, proc reformation, and then you're gonna have better heals for the next 15 seconds. The specialization for the healer guy will obviously be the technician because it gives us the 10% skill healing, right? So that's it pretty much. We're obviously running the chem lancer, as I'm pretty sure you saw from the gameplay, and the repair hive. Yeah, let me know down below in the comments, guys, your thoughts. As I said, I haven't done something like this in the past. This is the first time I actually saw two builds in one video that are meant to work together, that are meant to be played together by a couple of friends. You can definitely use the healer build on your own, on a random group. Everybody's happy to see a healer in their build. The tank build, however, if you don't have a healer, your survivability, it's not gonna be that great. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.